Welcome back. As you know, our show title Speed is an acronym. So too is the property term SOHO. It used to mean small office, home office. But as Speed's Dipashri Das found out, the term SOHO has been radically rebranded over the last decade.
It has long been a blessing for small companies in large cities around the world, with exorbitant office space rentals. Simply speaking, a place that doubles up as your home as well as your workplace. The SOHO, or small office, home office. In Singapore, we got our first taste of this concept when The Central was launched in 2004. With the Singapore River and multiple attractions alongside, The Central is enviably located.
When we first did The Central, it was a white site. That means that the government allows us to do just about anything we wanted to do over there. A first instinct would be, let's create something more office, something more retail, because it relates to the Singapore River. That's retail opportunities. It's very close to the city area, and that will be a secondary office environment.
But with Singapore trying to reinvent itself to become more vibrant and cosmopolitan at that time, a run-of-the-mill commercial complex didn't seem to quite fit the bill. Cognizant of this air of change, Far East Organisation felt the need to create something different, and they looked to New York's South of Houston district, or SOHO, as it is popularly known, for inspiration.
South of Houston in New York, this whole area evolved from tall, lofty warehouses, and when the people no longer had any businesses there, they moved out, and it became derelict, it became quiet, it became dead. Young people fill in these places because they are cheap to rent. Young people came in and says, can we turn this around? I want to be able to live, work and play here. I want to have my own bohemian lifestyle, some edgy character, some flavors in there. So we said then, why not take this idea of the SOHO in New York, of this, how people live and work, and you create this concept of having higher ceilings, creating a loft in the office unit, and then letting people have lifestyles.
From the essence of New York's SOHO's live, work and play culture, The Central was born. Built as a commercial complex with a residential option, the units at The Central offer the flexibility of working and living at the same destination. And this is why they were marketed as the SOHO units, a short and catchy name for small office, home office. The views of the city are an added bonus. But a large number of small companies are using these SOHO units as pure offices. James Hall, a registered migration agent for Australia and New Zealand, is one of them. After several office relocations due to increases in rent, James found his ideal spot at The Central.
This is still a central location. It's always been important to me to be accessible via the MRT, so that my clients have easy access. There's car parking here. We're in a central city location, and it's still an office facility. But the nice attraction with this is it is a much smaller office space, so our office rent is much, much lower. And it's very difficult in the city to find smaller office spaces. Generally, they're very large, unless you're looking at a shop-type space. So SOHO here gives us the advantage of having a smaller office space and allows us to reduce our office costs.
Besides the ideal location and rental costs, The Central is also connected to various forms of public transport. Michelle Leong knows only too well how important these factors are to small businesses operating at The Central. As Senior Sales Manager at Singapore property firm DTZ, she has successfully marketed close to 20 units in the past 9 months.
First of all, The Central has a 4.5 meter ceiling height and a full glass window, which actually makes the unit look much more spacious than a typical office unit. Secondly, it has a dual function of office and residential use. All the units are partially furnished with a fully fitted bathroom and a compact kitchenette. The Central is also convenient in terms of it is above the Kaki MRT. It is located very close to the Raffles Place, which is a Singapore major financial district.
SOHO at Central gave birth to a different lifestyle in Singapore, an integrated one, and spurred by that success, The Far East organisation is currently developing multiple SOHO projects, and in doing so, it is consciously rebranding the very concept. While live, work and play is still the theme, the concept of SOHO is being transported from the centre of town to the city suburbs. The upcoming SOHO project, The Hillier, is located along quiet and laid-back Hillview Avenue in the west of Singapore.
We were saying, since we got this piece of land, can we create something even more vibrant? Do we want to create another condominium to compete with what is available there? Or do we want to say, let's start something fresh at the Hillier and give people an opportunity to have a different alternative life? So we said, yeah, let's go and do this. Just as new SOHO in at the SOHO in New York, how it revitalized the place and tourists started coming there. This had a new lease of life. Can we not do the same here?
Connectivity to public transport and the planned retail space at the Hillier is expected to enliven an otherwise quiet neighbourhood. It will have 2 towers. The refined London Towers draws inspiration from the UK's famous creative centre in the West End of London, also known as SOHO. The swanky New York Tower features high ceiling spaces, providing the flexibility to create the kind of platform or loft bed so famous in New York's SOHO district. Factoring in height as well as the usual length and breadth really does make it a 3-dimensional space. Units here range from 500 to 840 square feet and cost on an average 1,224 Singapore dollars per square foot. Contrary to the Hillier, the Scots Tower is a more traditional SOHO, being located in the centre of town at the junction of Cairnhill and Scots Roads. Its hallmark, however, is the clever utilisation of compact space to allow for the full complement of the usual mod cons. The master bedroom comes with a loft bed. The stairs to the loft double up as storage drawers. Then there's the study room that could also be used as a guest room. The Scots Tower is meant to appeal to a new breed of cosmopolitan urbanite who wants it all: location, connectivity and flexible space. In Singapore, the concept of SOHO has evolved in its own unique manner. While the Central was a commercial building with residential options, the Hillier and the Scots Tower aim to create a bohemian and edgy lifestyle with commercial space as an option. So if you want to use it as an office, you will have to apply for the commercial license. Call it small office, home office or south of Houston, it is the essence of live, work and play that makes SOHO a unique facet of Singapore's new urban culture.
From feasible small home-based offices to a new lifestyle concept, it will be interesting to see what the marketers dream up next for the SOHO acronym. We're going to take a short break, but after that we'll explore the concept of work environments that claim to be so much more.